Every day, we make decisions, either small or big ones. And don't worry, I'm not talking about the test you've taken in your finals. But yeah, I'm talking about the ethics of outcomes. Do we consider the outcomes of our actions? Do we use our virtuous characters? Or if we are not virtuous, well, we'll get to that later. Do we follow the certain rules or duties? These are all parts of normative ethics, consequentialism, deontology, virtue ethics, and natural law theory. But today, we will be diving into consequentialism, which basically states that morality of an action is determined by its consequences or outcomes. It is basically saying that good outcomes equals good action and bad outcomes are morally bad. But according to Arthur Holmes, if action A facilitates action B, and so on, a problem called infinite regress problem arises. It is important to use a non-consequentialist approach in which consequentialism has to land on something with intrinsic value, like happiness. Let's go for some dramatic philosophy.
Netta, can you send a PowerPoint presentation?
Sure. Oh no, my phone died.
Oh, look! Frank has a power bank. Should we borrow it without asking?
If we use it, he won't surely miss anything. But we can submit our project on time.
So the best action is the one that helps us right now?
Yes, just think for this for a moment. It will lead to the best outcome.
Defining good. What are desired outcomes? Good. What is good? Good is classified into two types, intrinsic versus instrumental good. Intrinsic goods are goods that are desired for their own sake. For example, happiness. You don't ask someone why they want to be happy. Instrumental goods, on the other hand, are goods that are used to achieve happiness or intrinsic good. For example, you use or buy things you want with money, to be happy of course. In consequentialist view, we must maximize the total good, not just do some good. So, if you choose an action that produces some good, but you don't, it is morally wrong. The most common type of consequentialism is utilitarianism. The main proponents of this theory are John Stuart Mill and Jeremy Bentham. Yes, it involves the famous slogan, "The greatest good for the greatest number." As the rain begins to fall, the three friends are faced with a simple but important choice. They have only one small umbrella, not so everyone can stay dry. Instead of deciding based on fairness, rules or turns, they think about the outcome. Friend B suggests using the umbrella to cover the two shortest people, because the more people will stay dry that way. Friend C agrees, pointing out that this choice creates the most overall happiness. This moment shows utilitarianism. The morally right decision is the one that produces the greatest good.
These are the strengths of consequentialism. First, we have simplicity and clarity. It offers a simple and clear formula for determining if actions are right or wrong upon maximizing something good, like actions that make people happy or actions that make people well. Next, we have rationality and neutrality. It gets rid of subjective moral rules and applies rational human-centered rules equally to all people in every instance. And we also have the flexibility. This one responds to situations considering results. It does not simply adhere to rules. Lastly, we have altruism promotion. It encourages actions to improve the lives of others with the goal of achieving the greatest good for the greatest number. Aside from the strengths, we also have the weaknesses of consequentialism. First, we have predictability issues. It is not possible to account for all long-term or complex situations for calculation, making calculation difficult. It justifies immoral acts. It can justify harmful acts such as killing an innocent for the greater good. This contrasts with intuitions that prohibit such acts regardless of the outcome. Consequentialism also neglects intentions and rights. By focusing just on consequences, it overlooks intention and intrinsic rights within them. Outcomes alone cannot determine moral quality. It is also demanding and overburdening. It insists on constant calculation and demands any sacrifice of personal projects or relationships in the name of the greater good.
The enduring relevance of outcomes.
My friends in the front, can I stick in?
But if everyone violates the no cutting line rule, chaos happens.
True, the rules exist because following it makes it fair for everyone.
Today you learned about consequentialism and how actions are judged based on the outcomes they produce. We've talked about the most famous type of consequentialism, utilitarianism, the greatest good for the greatest number. We've discussed the strengths and weaknesses of consequentialism as a moral theory. I'm going to leave you with this philosophical question. What's the best theory for morality? Because every theory has its own counter arguments. Maybe you're the next philosopher that can figure this out. Be curious and never stop learning.